Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to make a drum and bass roller type bass inside of SERUM. Now you can do this inside of FL Studio, Logic, Ableton, whatever DAW you're using, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so let's get straight into it. But before that actually, I should mention that I've done a pack of 10 roller bass presets for SERUM, which you can find down in the description. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get straight into the tutorial. Alright, so you can see I've got SERUM open here, which as I said before, this is what we're going to be working today. So first of all, we're going to set oscillator A, we're going to go on spectral, and we're going to set it to monster 3. And then we're going to turn on oscillator B, and we're going to go to spectral again and set this to monster 8. Okay, and for oscillator B, we want to set the wavetable position to about halfway there. That should be good. We're going to leave both the octaves on what they're on, so just all on 0 and the semitones and everything on 0 for the time being. And we're going to turn down the phase randomization on both of these. So next up, we're going to want to make this shape with LFO1. Just like that. And then we're going to turn on the filter section, turn this down to about there. We're going to make it go up all the way. Now also we want to have the filter section affecting both oscillators there. That's quite important, well, very important, because otherwise it's going to be a completely different sound. So next up we're going to want to make this LFO shape. And for me personally, oh yeah, I forgot to mention actually, we need to set this to envelope mode on LFO1, and yeah, LFO2, we want this on envelope mode as well. Envelope, why am I saying envelope? Envelope mode. And I've turned on the triplet here. Now before I had it to 4-bar triplet, but you can have this to whatever you want, and it will be more apparent what you want to have it on in a second. So we're going to assign this to the fine tune on A and B. So if we hold it down, then this will go down, where that goes down, and then it will go up. So basically however long you want to have the bass is how long you want to set this to. But as I said, you can also change this to be whatever pitch bend you want. It can sound quite good just going straight down or straight up. But yeah, whatever makes most sense for the song you're doing. Next up, we want to turn the sub on and turn that down 3 octaves, and we can just leave the level where it is. So we're going to move on to the effects section. So we're going to turn on the filter and set that to comb plus inside of flanges. We're going to set the cutoff to 32 Hertz, and we're going to turn the resonance up to 50. And then we can leave the rest of these where they are, apart from the mix, which we want to have on 32. So to change that, rather than by dragging it, you can just double click and type there. So that's going to go right at the top of the signal chain. Next up, we're going to turn on the reverb. Whack that up there. We can leave that on whole. We're going to turn the size and the decay down, and the high cut down as well. And then we can turn the mix down as well actually, because what we're going to do is we're going to go onto LFO3 and we're going to make this shape. Or just something like this. It doesn't have to be exact. You can mess around with it and get it sounding how you like, but we're going to put that on the mix. And what I did before is I set this to 2 bars, because obviously a roller bass is quite long, so by adding these LFOs with the really long rate times, it's going to change how the bass sounds over the whole bass, rather than just kind of staying the same and getting a bit boring. Like this is on 4-bar triplet, but this one is just to have that kind of like side chain kind of effect at the start, or like the whoosh in of the sound. I don't really know how to explain it, but yeah, if you make this bass, you'll kind of get what I mean with that. Next up, we're going to turn on asymmetrical distortion. So yeah, distortion, click there and just drag that down to asym. I'm going to set the drive to 66. and then we can use the compressor to add some gain just there if we think it's necessary. But yeah, so if you want to make a sub bass, because obviously the original bass can get pretty wide and that's not a good thing to have for your sub, if you just clone the patch that we just made, turn off the sub, oscillator B and the filter, and turn off all the effects apart from distortion, and we can set this to a sine wave, and you can see that, yeah, sine wave there, but because we've already got the pitch set up, you can just copy the MIDI across from your main bass and it will sound great. You might want to mess with the octave as well, depending on where your MIDI is. So yeah, that's everything for this tutorial. As I said, I've just released a pack of roller bass presets for SERUM, so you can get a bunch more presets just like this. Link will be down in the description. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.